Welcome. Today we're going to be experiencing BioField tuning by Bobby Vasquez. And I'm going to have him introduce himself and go deeper into what we're actually going to be experiencing with him right now. But before we do that, let's let everyone introduce themselves. I'm Geraldine. I'm owner of Bay Area Meditation. And I'm a certified hypnotherapist. I do pranic and quantum energy healing as well as DNA reprogramming. So you guys can check out my website at geraldineorozco.com. I'm going to hand it over to Jill.
I'm Jill Stein, and I'm honored to be a part of this group. I am a Dragon Master and also a prenatal medium and a intuitive guide. And welcome, everybody.
Kathleen.
Good morning, everyone. Kathleen Zemansky here. I'm a business feng shui master and astrologer. And, as healers, it's really nice to be able to get that invitation from Bobby. And he said to us, just sit back and you get the healing as well. So the healers also get the healing today. And Bobby, we're grateful for that. You can find more about me on the higherhealing.com site, as well as at www.5elementsgroup.com. And why don't I pass it over to Rachel?
Thank you, Kathleen. Hi, everyone. I'm Rachel Cooley. My business is Divine Guidance with Rachel Cooley. I'm honored to be a part of our Higher Healing Circuit. Such a joy. I am an angel therapy practitioner and angel mentor, and I also have an angel certification program, and I love bringing the healing and the light and the guidance with the angels to my clients and to everyone who attends my classes. And you can learn more about me on our Higher Healing website and also at my name, rachelcooley.com. We'll hand it over to Tammy.
Thanks, Rachel. I'm Tammy Langowski, and thanks for joining us today for this really special event. I'm an intuitive advisor, reader to your questions, working with clairaudience and clairvoyance. And you can find me at tammysintuitive.com as well as the higherhealing.com website. Thanks.
I'm Julie Hawkins. I'm the Biz Psychic, and you can reach me through my website at bizpsychic.com or juliehawkins.com. And I teach people how to read the Akashic Records, and I give readings through the Akashic Records.
Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what we're going to be experiencing with you today?
But thank you for joining me. My name is Bobby Vasquez, BioField Tuning San Jose. I'm a BioField Tuning practitioner. I am also a sound audio engineer. I've been trained for 20 years in sound audio until my body and my life took some changes and some turns, and I discovered sound healing, sound therapy. BioField Tuning is based on this book and this modality that was created by Eileen Day McCusick. And today I'm going to do a tuning for those that are present, tuning your collective field here. We're also, within that process, you're going to learn about how BioField tuning works if you were to come in with me for a one-on-one session and working with me directly. So the BioField, also looking at as the auric field, the human field, your aura, your prana, your chi. But we like to refer it as a BioField that's a little bit more scientific because we want to be taken seriously. So this term was created by some scientists in 2006 in a way to show subtle energy in a more of a clinical term, a clinical fashion. So the BioField lives 5 to 6 feet around your body, about 2 to 3 feet above your head and 2 to 3 feet below your feet. It holds all your records of information from all encounters throughout your life. For this process, all of you, with your permission, is going to come join me here, the way we join each other with permission. You're going to come here. This is going to be the holographic table that I have set for the holographic body. I am going to move energy in a combing fashion. We're kind of herding the energy in a way. That's the way I kind of look at it. The way you herd animals, but you're herding this energy. And this energy is stuck energy that I'm finding, stuck energy that is usually connected to some kind of traumatic moment, traumatic experience that you might have encountered. It could be big, it could be small. But we see the BioField as it goes like a big circle around our body. And these moments show up similar to rings of a tree. So the way it goes in this process, because there's going to be multiple people here, which would be multiple ages, we're going to look at it as 20% in, 30% in, 20%. Instead of usually I get an age in my head, of when this traumatic moment happened, also what took place at that moment. With a coherent signal of the tuning fork, your body has a chance to reorganize itself and do an auto-tune, so to speak, around this coherent signal. So all the dissonance, all the noise gets cleared. So these traumas show up as noise for me. I hear it in different ways. I hear the anxiety, I hear the trauma. And this tuning fork, when you hang out with it longer, it has a way of clearing the noise, and I can move forward with the energy similar to magnet and silver filings. We then bring the energy forward towards the energy center, the chakra. You might even call it a battery terminal. We drop the energy into the body and reconnect it to the unified field. Along the ways, I'm going to encounter stuff, and I'm also going to interpret the information. And for you, there is no right or wrong on what you should be doing. There is no right or wrong on how you should be feeling. If for some reason you need to get up and use the restroom, that's okay. But the most important thing is just tune into your body, see what you're listening, see what you're feeling, and be sure to drink water throughout the day. Be sure to drink water later on today. And if for some reason you feel some kind of emotion arise, you feel some kind of energy, just remember that you had a tuning today. So this is probably what is happening. The emotions are arising as I'm clearing stuff. Stuff comes to the surface, stuff for you to even process. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully we'll have some time for questions, but if not, I will also leave my email, and plenty of people we can talk subtle energy and tuning forks and frequencies all day. And so no problem. But we're going to go ahead and begin. We're going to begin with the heart chakra tuning. A heart chakra, being everything that's been happening with COVID and the pandemic, and just there's been a lot of heavy heart energy. So we're going to do a nice clearing on the heart. This left side of the heart, we look at, it deals with sadness, grief, loss, depression. And that's where the imbalance holds. The noise that I find might be connected to that. The noise that I find might also be connected to other things. We're going to go ahead and see. So everybody take a deep breath. And to get started here, I'm going to go ahead. You might hear me all over the room, so just bear with me. I'm going to do a little clearing of this whole area right now. The sound is really amazing on how much you can clear by just bringing noise into the space. You ever walk into an area and it just feels thick? You can use a bell. You can use a hand clamp. You can use a tuning fork to clear up that noise, to clear up that area. So again, the left side, we're looking at sadness, grief, loss, depression. And I'm just going to bump up the volume just a little bit more so we can get rolling. All right, here we go. Now right now we're going to do a grounding exercise. We're going to ground our energies together. Grounding my energy, yours as well. We're going to be using, opening up the Earth Star chakra as well as the Soul Star. Visualize your inner golden lightning rod shining up from above you, going down through your body and into the core of the earth. Visualize that energy going into the core of the earth for a grounding, a ground of fusion, however you may look at it, whether it be roots, whether it be electrical voltage. Visualize that energy getting grounded and rooted into the earth. Once it gets grounded into the earth, it shoots right back up through the body, connecting you up to the heavens. Now we're going to open up the Soul Star point, and this is right above the head. Connecting to all sources of energy. How are we feeling? If you want to go ahead, Remember, there is no right or wrong on what you should be feeling, what you should be sensing. Just tune into your body and see what you're noticing. Take a deep breath. And on that next breath, do an audible exhale, an audible sigh, an audible ah. So again, we're clearing, we're working on the heart chakra. We're working on sadness, grief, loss, depression. These are the energetic imbalances that we see within this BioField tuning anatomy map. We use it as a little bit of a guide point, and everybody interprets it differently. All right, I'll use another fork. And I'm feeling for myself, I'm feeling a little bit of sadness, grief, just more sadness. It feels very somber, the note. And one thing, if you are sharing space with somebody, maybe listening to this together, be sure to put yourself in a big protective bubble so you're experiencing your own experience, your own BioField. Well, that got better. It brightened up the tone. But I was feeling the sadness in the beginning gestation part, right before birth. And for me, it's getting brighter and louder, cleaner tone. So that's when I speak of, we find noise, and the noise is connected to some kind of disturbance. And this is happening right in the beginning of the field, at the beginning of your existence. I'm picking up in a sad moment at the beginning. Before you're born. But I'm able to clear this, restoring the flow, restoring that imbalance. And eventually the energy will give, and it will allow me to grab it. This would be a good time to check in with yourself and see what you're noticing in your body. Seeing what you notice in your feet. See what you notice in the palms of your hands. Most importantly, see what you notice in your heart. I will bring this energy towards the body. We'll do the other side as well. It's all about balance. And if I only do one side, it's not very balanced. I got a little bit past that point, and then I got stopped again. Got out of birth. And again, we're looking at percentages right now. But if I'm working with the client one-on-one, usually I'm detecting an age. So if I had to detect an age, I would detect like 6 or 7 right here. Maybe that rings a bell with you. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring in a weighted fork, but this is a weighted fork that you're not going to be able to hear, but it's extremely powerful. And it's big. I call it my energy sweeper. And I'm going to bring this into the field with a crystal, bringing even more powerful frequency into the field to clear this area so I can grab the energy and move it forward. Now, ultimately, the goal is to feel lighter, to feel better in your body, be able to breathe better in your body. I look at it very much as clearing your energetic baggage. Clearing stuff that is holding you back from living to your fullest potential. Everybody take a deep breath in. All right. It is a little bit of a dance that I do back and forth, sometimes with the body, going back, and then moving the energy forward. Ooh, then there we go right here. I'd say, let me measure this up real quick. This first part of the field, there's a lot of sticky stuff. It's like the first 7 years. Some sadness and some trauma moments that have happened. Maybe this is part of your experience. Maybe you witnessed something like this. Maybe it's not your experience entirely, but this is our experience right now. I'm using the 174 hertz frequency tuning fork. This frequency is meant to, or its intention is to deal with pain and anesthesia, like an anesthetic. This is the main fork that we use here in BioField tuning, one of the main ones. I'm going to bring in the Fibonacci, the 144 hertz. The reason I say what I'm doing and what fork I'm bringing in, maybe you notice something different. Maybe you notice a different sensation, a different feeling as I'm working through the field. The different frequencies that I use and the different tools that I use will allow me and help me to clear the noise and then move the energy forward. There we go. (144) and 89 frequency, part of the Fibonacci sequence, and the golden ratio of the Fibonacci sequence. All right, let's try that out. And like I said, it's a bit of a dance. Kind of going back and forth with forks. Continues to sound good. There we go. Been feeling a lot of anxiety, but a lot of loneliness. Which are connected to what we're talking about with this depression, right? That we're the imbalance of what I'm working on, the imbalance that I'm clearing. And again, there's no right or wrong what you should be doing, what you should be feeling. If you need to get up and move with the energy, that's okay. But ideally in a nice relaxed space. And you can see him inching forward towards the body, this holographic body. As technically, all your holographic bodies are present here. And even if we were to listen to this transmission after, we're going to receive the benefits again. Now, BioField tuning is not something that we say we're treating anything, we're treating a disease, we don't like to say that we're going to do anything like that. We do like to say that we're going to clear energies, restore energetic imbalances, allowing you to breathe better in your body, allowing you to be better in your body. And with that, it has known to help situations or diseases. This would be a good time to see what you're noticing in your body as well. Seeing what you're feeling. Because we're making our way halfway through. There we go. So you can look at the frequency as, missing light, right? There's the idea of through life experiences, through traumas, a little piece of us goes missing sometimes, or it gets squashed. And with this frequency, we're bringing that light back into your body. We're bringing that energy back towards your center. The same way a musician tunes up an instrument as they're getting as the instrument is getting played hard. The more it gets played, the more you're going to tune it. Similar to what you might want to do with the human body. We work our bodies really hard. And there's not many times that we go and we tune them, take care of them. But with this wonderful modality, now you can. So much of this disturbances that I was finding was really in the beginning part of the field. But I am moving closer. We'll flip the body and then we'll work on the other side as well. Take a drink of water if you need. And tonight, if you feel like it, take an Epsom salt bath to help discharge some of this energy. There we go. I'm just going to use some of these weighted forks here. And I'm using two weighted forks, and you're just going to hear the clanking right now for a small second because I'm creating a little bit of a frequency blanket that I could bring over the energies and kind of create this space. For these big weighted forks, we're using 54.61, 62.64, and in the middle you have the Schumann resonance. 7.83. So right in the middle there, 7.83 is what I'm using to bring this energy forward. It creates a binaural beat into the body if you were to apply it into the body. And I'm actually applying this binaural beat into the heart center right now. I could feel the pulse. Can you? That's wonderful. That's good. All right. Let's take another deep breath. Visualize all that energy going out. Any unwanted energy, any unwanted tension. Releasing anything. Now your heart chakra is very much also connected with your hands, the way you're giving and receiving love, the way you're giving and receiving energy, as you see the heart chakra and its connection out to your hands. If we're going to be in situations of giving love, we also need to be in situations of receiving it and be open to that receiving. Oh, there's a little something right there. All right. We're getting really close to the body. There's this 10-inch zone. And usually, as we get closer to the body, it's like the last 5 years of existence, maybe more current times. There was a lot of noise in the beginning, in that gestational period, even outside till about 5 to 7. I'm going to be bringing energy into the center, mixing up the energy, because once this energy is into the body, we have to integrate it. We have to integrate it into your system. Otherwise, it'll just be sitting on the top. Mix it up. Similar to like mixing up the paint. It's actually the term that my teacher uses to describe it. Once the energy is mixed up, then you are reconnected to the unified field. I'm going to start dropping into the center. Seeing what you're noticing in your body. What are you noticing in your heart right now? What are you feeling? There we go. We're going to hang out here with a little bit longer. I'm going to use the 528 hertz frequency. That is the frequency of love, DNA repair, over your heart chakra. a little protection shield of light, but not so much of a shield that's going to prevent you from loving or receiving love. Then I will reconnect you to the unified field, pulling the energy up. How's everybody feeling? Good, I hope? Excellent. Now we're going to get started on the other side. So the left side, we're looking at sadness, grief, loss, depression with the heart chakra, the heart center, the heart energy center. The right side, we're looking at saying yes when we mean no, caretaking, accommodating. We've all been in those situations, right, where we say yes and we mean no. I'm going to take a sip of water here 1 second. I invite you to do the same thing as well. Hydrotherapy is the key throughout all this work. I really feel if I'm working with the client, I recommend them to drink water, to drink structured water if possible, water with charge to add extra energy to your body, add extra energy to your field. Because it's really important to have a big, strong field. If we have a weak field, if it's smaller than 5 to 6 feet outside the body, it could be very harmful. I look at the field as your protection of shield, your protection from outside sources. And if it's small, then more things can actually penetrate your body and then affect the physical. The bigger field we have, the more protection we have, especially with EMF, with electrical, any kind of EMF, and just any kind of frequencies that could be harmful for us. So just a little bit of my recommendations for this work, as well as just in general in life. Living in Silicon Valley, you get that field up. It's the best thing we can do for our health and for longevity. So again, we're going to start at the beginning. The beginning is usually connected with the first part of birth, gestational period. We're going to move in. It's the same dance we do, but we need to create balance because this is all about the modalities, create more balance in your body. If you do one side, you definitely have to do the other side. At least touching on it for one bit is definitely important and very necessary. I'm going to use a different fork. Everybody take a big deep breath for me. Visualize all that energy going out to your tailbone, out the bottoms of your feet. Discharge. Discharge and ground. And this is feeling a lot, the last side was feeling a lot heavier. This side's feeling very buzzy. It feels like it has more energy on this side. The other side felt like it needed more energy, and I could feel there's a lack of energy on this side. This side is feeling like it already wants to move. Like my tuning fork already started moving like in a circle. You can kind of see that. And usually I just go with the flow of where the fork and where the frequency is taking me. So this side definitely feels like we're going to get past it a little bit easier, with more ease. It feels it's already starting to spin. Again, I'm moving this tuning fork into the field. If I find any kind of disturbance, any kind of noise, that noise is connected to a moment in our life, a moment of trauma, a moment of charge. And sometimes we see where these early moments created the early patterns in our life. If we do individual sessions, you start seeing maybe where that anxiety was found, where it took place, where it continued, but ultimately where it began. you get to see where these energies aren't necessarily yours, but you just inherited it, or the energy, or it's in your energy field now, and now it's a part of you. Maybe it's mom's energy. Plenty of times when I'm feeling this, in this beginning part, I'm feeling mom's energy, dad's energy. The beauty of it is when you get the awareness in the situation of where all this stuff began. Where did it all begin? We could be hard on ourselves and be like, this has been my habit for so long. Why do I do this to myself? But then you can see more that it's in your energy field. It's a part of you. It's important to have a clear energy field. But fields attract other fields, right? Energy attracts energy. We've all heard that. You ever see a group of a bunch of grumpy guys hanging out with each other? They all kind of hang out together. It's all in their field. All right, take a deep breath. So if you feel any kind of emotion or any experience throughout this work, or even later on today, I highly recommend that you let that emotion run through your body, let yourself feel these feelings. Another thing with this work is we really see where our lack of expression also leads to these imbalances, or it keeps us unbalanced. They say it takes 90 seconds for that emotion to run through your body. So when you're feeling it, when you're feeling something, instead of suppressing it, let it flow. Let it run through you. Let yourself express it. It's only 90 seconds. Because it's when we suppress it, that's what creates all sorts of other stuff. It's a good time to check in with your heart, seeing what you're noticing in your heart. Everything's sounding really bright, really strong tone on this side. But like I said, we have to do balance, so we're going to bring in this energy a lot brighter than the other side. The other side, I heard that sadness. Excuse me. Let's see. Caretaking, accommodating, saying yes when we mean no. This right side. It may look like the left side, but it's flipped. It's the right side. Connecting to your heart. Yeah, sure, I'll do that when you really don't want to. Yeah, no problem. It's all good. Why did I say that? After you've committed yes. These are things we do. Maybe you're in a situation where you're accommodating, you're caretaking, and you can't do anything about it but caretake and accommodate. It's going to affect your heart. It's going to affect your energy. You're not going to not caretake them. You're not going to not accommodate them because they need your assistance. And you love them, so you're going to help them. But it can create an imbalance. If we're in those situations, it's good to try and make sure that we're also in a situation where we can receive love and receive more balance in our energy body. This is sounding beautiful right here. Whew. All right. We'll use the Fibonacci fork. I'm going to use the sweeper. Stay tuned. I want to do another class or an event where I'll be tuning forks for self-care. So that'll be fun. If that interests you, keep a lookout. The reason I brought that up is because I started using this big tuning fork, which is amazing for the body, but also amazing for clearing energy in the field right here. The Schumann resonance is very powerful, and the body responds extremely well to it, with different octaves of the Schumann. That is the frequency of the Earth. They call it Earth's heartbeat, the frequency that gets caught in the cavity of the Earth's ionosphere. Here we go. Again, if any emotions arise, if you feel a little sad, or if you feel like you need to be emotional in some way or another, honor that. Honor what you're feeling. Honor your bodies. Take good care of yourself every day. But days of treatment, really take that extra good care. Listen to yourself. Listen to what you need. Ooh, there's something right here. There's just this moment of sadness right here. There's like 40% in. That'll be a little less than half of your life. Mm-hmm. Here's the Fibonacci. It's one of my new favorite forks. This is 144 hertz. It's very powerful. There we go. I use frequencies. We're using any kind of noise. Sometimes I'll use an egg to help break it up. An egg noisemaker, that is. I started the session with that. Sometimes I'll use a bowl. You can put high frequency essential oils at the bottom of the field, and it helps clear up the noise. We use different tools here, all to assist us in energy clearing. Some people use light, another frequency. We're just bouncing this coherent signal off your body. And your body does an auto-tune, reorganizes itself. Ooh, that changed differently, dramatically right there. Did you hear that? I'm sure you guys can hear that. This alarm, now that we're at 50%. We're gonna hang out here for a little bit. Alimi Cusick says, it returns you back to your factory settings. That's a nice way of looking at it too. There was a big, there was an alarm right there. It was like this alarming tone. It went in this, just kind of this big screech. About 50% of your body, so that'd be like half of your existence, half of your life. Remember, there's multiple people current part of this experience, so I'm not looking at ages, but I can more or less interpret the percentage of where we're at to the age. For one-on-one sessions, you really see, oh, that was alarming. When I was 7 and I fell off the bike or I broke my arm. Here we're just looking at emotions and the traumas, the turbulences. One-on-one sessions a little bit, it's obviously a lot more personal. Your field, your energy. With the world we live in today, luckily we have these types of experiences, Zoom, to bring us together so you could experience this in the comfort of your own home. And I've done sessions where there's 30 people in the room and I'm tuning them all and I'm feeling the energy behind me. And this is a wonderful experience as well because everybody is in their own individual room. Individual protection for themselves in their biofield, in their bubble of energy. It's a gentle reminder to also put yourself in that shield of protection as you navigate through life, navigate out into the world. Protect yourself. Your energy protection, shield, bubble. Whatever color you may want it to be. We're definitely approaching the body. Things are moving well. How's everybody feeling? And again, this work is very good for calming stress, relieving some anxiety. Most importantly, it's very helpful in allowing you to be and breathe better in your body. But it has helped other things that I've worked with individuals such as pain, PTSD, digestive issues. This work isn't about saying we're going to cure something, but we are going to say we're going to assist you. If you're sick or pregnant, this is definitely work that is not for you. Sick is meaning like if you have cancer or something like that, definitely this work is not for you. If you have pregnant, wait till you have the baby. As this work has been known to create some kind of detox response and steal energy from your body to process the energy and the detox, you need all of that when you're in those situations. I'm going to go ahead and begin dropping into the heart center. The most common things I hear from people is feeling lighter, feeling brighter, feeling less heavy in their heart. Maybe that's what you feel. Not by my suggestion, of course. All right, now I'm going to wrap you up and you'll be good to go on your merry way. Sealing up the body with the figure 8 loop. Visualize a figure 8 loop circling your body. Fusion of light, connecting it to the unified field. We're going to go ahead and make sure the rest of the chakras are open and spinning as well. And then we get wrapped up in a nice little cocoon of light, cocoon of love. I'll do a little spray for space and for everybody present. Thank you for allowing me on your space. Thank you all for allowing me in your biofield. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Thank you.
Bobby, that was so beautiful. And I just have a couple questions about what you just did. I mean, just as feeling energy coming in, are there certain tones that you use for certain parts of the body? I'm getting a lot of comments in the chat about people that are really feeling it around certain parts of their body and in their energetic field. So can you tell us a little bit about the certain tones that are used for certain parts? Is that how it works, or?
It goes, we use certain select frequencies. We use a lot of the 7.83. So like we have right here, this one is 54.81 or 54.81 and 62.64. It's 7th and 8th harmonic of the Schumann resonance, which is 7.83. So 7.83, the Schumann is very connected to a lot of what we use. When I want to clear energy, when I hit a stuck spot, when I hit something that this needs extra assistance, we go for the big guys, because it's a little bit more connected to also earth energy. And this one right here is the 12th harmonic. So it's 7.83 times 12 would get us to the 93.96 of the sonic slider. But in the field, when I'm working through, I'm using 174 hertz, which is our main frequency that we use. This one is connected with pain. And it's like the intention is a pain anesthetic type of frequency. And also just overall the 528 hertz, which is looked at as the love frequency. And in between there, I also throw in a little bit of the 417. These are also Fegio frequencies. So the 417 is connected to undoing situations and facilitating change. So we're connecting with the solfeggio frequencies and a lot of Schumann resonant frequencies. Those are the main ones we use. And usually, I can't say this is one that I go to more than the other. It's kind of in the moment of what I'm feeling. If For the most part, I'm combing with the 174, bringing that energy to the body, and 417 as well. I usually go back and forth. 417. We look at 174 as we look at these sometimes as like grades of sandpaper. So this is kind of for the heavier stuff, just a rough clearing. And if I want to, I might feel like we need something else. Then I'll go over with the 417 again. It's that second layer of sandpaper that you might be able to look at it like. And it allows me to grab the energy. Different things will allow me to grab it differently, and will also clear the noise within that spot, within that turbulence that I feel. Because when I feel it, I not only hear it, but I also feel it in my body. I feel it in my hand. I feel it it's in my being. It's right there. So I wait till that clears, and then I can move forward. But so if we look at solfeggio and Schumann frequencies, those are the ones those are go-tos.
Wow, that's amazing. And so can I ask you, what is the difference between the Schumann and the solfeggio? Is there anything specific about them?
No, there's the differences that we have. There's not really a difference in it. One is just more connected to the frequency of the Earth's frequency. That's the Schumann. So it's the heartbeat of the Earth. It's the frequency that we get connected to when we ground, when we go outside and we put our feet in the earth. This is that frequency that is present everywhere. So that's why these frequencies respond so nicely to our bodies. These ones are also great for self-care. Anything 7.83, or anything 7.83 or the 93.96, you can put it to your face. You can put it to your hand for some kind of pain alleviation, and it moves flow within that part. They say a lot of the pain is stuck energy that's not flowing. So when we apply a tuning fork to the body like that, then it can flow. It can move. You let it die out a little bit. A lot of times the pain will go away. Try it yourself if you have a weighted tuning fork. But with the Schumann, they're also weighted. You can't really hear them. I could hear them if I put them up to my ear. If I put it up to the microphone, you can kind of hear it as I got there closer. But that's the only way you can hear it. But I can feel them entirely more. I can feel them like it's something else. When I think I spoke about creating a little blanket of Schumann resonance where I have the two forks like this, and I'm creating this blanket because like right in the middle 7.83. So I bring it over whatever's happening. It's just kind of like a drag and drop. So those are the two main differences.
Amazing.
They're very helpful and very healing, both of them. So I think it's a matter of also preference for people, playing with those frequencies, and then finding the frequency that's going to work with you. Finding the frequency that your body is going to respond to, because everybody's so different. Even though in these situations I don't always use that fork with one person. They come in differently. I use a different fork. So really experimenting with the frequencies and seeing what's going to help you in your body, in your situation.
Great. And I do have a couple questions from the chat. Are you ready to answer them now?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So Ricky says, thank you so much, Bobby. I feel so much lighter, really helpful for the care taking of and accommodating this aspect. I released a lot of weight here. So grateful for this. So that was a comment from Ricky. Cedric says, the 528 was the most effective. So what's the 528 about, Bobby? Do you
528 is all about heart, love. They call it the love frequency.
There you go.
And they also say it's about DNA repair. And so you feel it. It's very angelic sounding. Has this like this little angel tone to it. So that's probably what we were feeling. We're also tuning the heart. So the combination of the two, heart chakra tuning, heart coherence, the frequency, and then it made it more powerful probably. That's my thoughts.
Wonderful. Orlando DuPont says, thank you, very interesting. There's a tuning fork class in my area here. Maybe that's a sign. Now, Bobby, do you teach BioField tuning?
No, I do not teach BioField tuning. I do teach little like tuning fork techniques, which is something I had thought about a new experience, a new class of some sort, where we can sit and tuning forks for self-care, self-help, taking you down through your body from your head to your toes. Where can I apply these forks? And what kind of benefits can I get from them? So that's something that I'm going to be doing in the future. But I'm not a teacher. There is a lot of teachers in the area, and there's teachers all over that can help you with BioField tuning.
Okay,
it's a great program.
Maybe they can get information at your website. You want to give a shout out to your website, Bobby?
Yes, I'm at biofieldtuning.sj.com. That's BioField tuning as in San Jose, S as in Sam, J as in John.com. And you could reach me there. I think you can even see it at the bottom. Did I apply?
Okay. Yep, it's at the bottom, and we're going to post it also underneath this video. Sabrina Di Gennadi says, thank you. I felt the energy in my body. Some memories of my childhood popped up. Tears when you were in the heart chakra. So what do you suggest they do when these emotions come up, Bobby? What should we do when those tears come through?
When these tears come through, I welcome you to feel them and let them run through the course of your body. A lot of times when these are happening and these traumas that are taking place, we're not letting it run through our bodies. We're suppressing our emotions. We're suppressing it because that's what we're taught to do a lot of times. Suppress your emotion. Don't feel it. Squash it down. All of that. So in this experience, when we're clearing that, if it comes up, it's probably because it's most likely it's unprocessed, undigested at the time, and that's for you to just move through it and feel it. I welcome everybody to feel it, cry it out if you have to. It's part of the process, and just don't be scared, don't be alarmed of it, feel it through. And that's what I recommend for just kind of anything in life. If we're feeling that emotion, you might need to let it run through your body because it could create an imbalance, and then you have to call me.
I agree completely. Processing those emotions is so paramount to our healing and well-being and balance in life. Starwalker says, this is so fascinating. I've never had this type of healing before. I'm so glad I clicked on this. So thank you from Starwalker. Adriana Mantis, this was amazing. C-Trip says, and Adriana's all the way from Belgium, so shout out to Belgium. Cedric says, which frequency is the most effective for clearing the chakras, Bobby?
I would go with 174. 174 is, I think, the most effective on clearing the chakras. And if you had one frequency for the body, I would shift between the sonic slider, 93.96, and the 128 hertz. If you had pain in your body, these are the ones that I would go to all the time. So 174 for clearing the chakras, opening up your chakras, and you could even do that on yourself. You could even, I'm going to open up my heart. You could even run it down I'm going to open up your full body, and then you could run it out. And it's a matter of just putting it over your center, pulling it out like a string. You'll feel the energy, and as you grab it, you'll pull it out. So for pain, that's the one that I would recommend, 93.96, which is the sonic slider. And that is a BioField tuning. But if for some reason, I also know a lot of people use the 128 hertz, which is very powerful and effective. I don't normally use it in my work, but I use it for myself all the time. I use it on my hands, my face, my head. My head loves it. I run it through my head, run it through my side, my face. It has a little crystal ball or a little crystal amethyst at the end. Mm-hmm. And you can use that and run it down your body part, whichever you need it.
That's amazing. I have to say, at the beginning of this session, I had a pain in my lower back, and I just knew when you were going through the front part of the body, it just completely released from one moment to the next. I don't know if any of you guys had anything that you were releasing, but it was actually amazing. So Barefoot Sungazer says, which frequency removes implants? Etheric, astral, AI, Archon, reptilian implants?
I couldn't say I would know entirely how to answer that question as far as what frequency, but I would just go for 174 as an overall clearing for anything not a part of you, that's not yours. The 174 hertz.
Now, just to add to that question, which I think would really help answer, do some of these frequencies affect the different layers of the auric field? Are there certain vibrational frequencies that are specific, like, for example, for the astral level or, maybe the soul level? What's the other one? The Akashic record layer, like, of our bodies. Like, do some of these frequencies specifically target those layers of the body?
Not entirely. We're looking at necessarily just the one layer and the clearance that we're doing has to do with our current timeline of existence. Okay. So we're just, anything that we find is connected to our current timelines, although there are moments where some other stuff from maybe our past creeps in a way, but for the most part, whatever noise that we're finding, the traumas that we're finding is current existence, our current, 5 years ago. When I was 7, that kind of thing. And so that's the forks that we're using for that practice.
Everything is in the now anyway, right? So Orlando DuPont says, can they be used to cut cords? And we'll take that as the last question. Go ahead.
Yeah, you could use for the opening, and also like a kind of like a the way, just like you're slicing, right? You know, kind of like the way you can kind of do something like that, and then with the opening, and then bringing more energy out. That's the way I would do it, because that's the way I when I open the chakras and clear it, I'm also kind of creating a shield of protection with the frequencies around the body. So kind of removing other things that are attached.
Very good. Pono says Victor Schauberger and Nikola Tesla last works. So they're the ones that kind of worked on that frequency. Yeah.
Awesome.
Very good. Well, Bobby, I just want to thank you so much for taking the time and doing such an incredible job. It was really, truly enjoyable and very healing and refreshing. And I think all of us here really enjoyed it. So thank you for that. If you guys want to get a session with Bobby, please do check him out. You can check out the higherhealing.com website to get information about him, or you can reach him directly at his website. Once again, Bobby, do you want to name out your website and what's the best way people can get a hold of you?
The best way you can get a hold of me is you can call me 408-326-9686. Send a text message. We'll talk about subtle energies all day and frequencies as much as you want to. I like to talk about this stuff. Or you can send me an email. Reach me at www.biofieldtuning, S as in Sam, J as in John.com. Or you can send me an email at bobby@biofieldtuningsj.com. There's plenty of ways to get a hold of me. I'd love to talk with you. I'd love to work with you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And from all of us here at Higher Circuit, we want to thank you for joining us. And if you want to get a session with any of our other amazing healers here on our panel, please do reach out to them. Thank you for being here. Everybody in the chat, you guys are so amazing and supportive. Everybody in the chat loved today's event. And I just want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us. For our next event, do you guys want to give a quick little intro about what you guys are going to be doing in our next meeting?
We are going to be talking to you about working with the angels and the dragons in your life, because they're here to offer you so much support. We're going to be doing some visualizations about helping you clear obstacles in your path, and teaching you a little bit about some of the archangels and how you can call them in to help you.
I want to add that I'm really looking forward to teaching with you, Jill. So exciting to bring the angels and the dragons to you all, and like an intro on how they can support you in your life during these intense times.
For any details on that event, you guys can check out Higher Healing. Please like the page and subscribe also to the channel, and share this video if you got something out of today's experience, to help spread the word about all ourselves, our work, and all these amazing healers here today. And our next event talking about angels and dragons. That's going to be a powerful one, because those are two really powerful healing aspects of ourselves that I am so excited to learn about. So have an amazing weekend, you all my love, and we'll see you soon.